What's up guys, how are you? Okay, today we're talking about something that you're looking forward to, and today we're talking about how to improve your conversational skill, how to master your speaking skill, how to have a flowing good conversation. In order to do that, in order to have good conversations, there are two important things, two important keys of having a good conversation that you need to know, that you need to improve, okay? If you really want to have good conversation, if you really want to improve your conversational skills and basically master your speaking skill, first of all, you need to be able to ask good questions, right? The first thing that you need to do is you need to improve your asking question ability. So I'm going to show you how to do that. The second thing is your storytelling skill. In order to have a good conversation, you need to be so good at storytelling. And I'm going to tell you how to improve your storytelling skill, okay? The first thing that I do in order to improve my asking questions skill, I directly go on YouTube. There's this, I am pretty sure many of you know Vogue 73 questions. You can find those videos on Vogue's YouTube channel where there are 73 questions. I will download those subtitles of these videos. I will get those scripts and I will work on those scripts. So for instance, you're gonna go on the site, let's say you're a huge fan of Margot Robbie or Taylor Swift, okay? You're gonna go on this YouTube channel, you're gonna download the subtitles of this video, you're gonna start to work on those scripts. In every single video, asking 73 questions, practicing those scripts, practicing your speaking skill with those videos, you basically, in a way, improve your asking question skill, okay? You'll see and learn how to ask questions in the most effective way and very easily. So this is what I used to do, okay? Always remember that, guys, you can't have a good conversation without asking good questions, okay? So you need to work on the ability of asking good questions, okay? If you could teach one subject in school, what will that be? Probably English, yeah, English. Probably English, yeah.
If you could teach one subject in school, what would it be?
English.
What does creativity mean to you? For me, creativity means that having the freedom of trying out so many new things and not having the fear of what everyone else, what people are going to think about your ideas or, what you do. And then having the hard work ethic to apply every single one of your ideas to your life.
What does creativity mean to you?
Creativity is getting inspiration and having that lightning bolt idea moment, and then having the hard work ethic to sit down at the desk and write it down.
What's the most exciting thing in life right now?
Grammys.
What's your favorite TV show of all time?
Friends and The Office. They're both my favorite TV show of all time.
Friends.
What's your favorite TV show that's currently on the air? Definitely, 100%. Better Call Saul. I mean, no doubt.
Dateline.
What's one goal you're determined to achieve in your lifetime?
Definitely, I want to help people with learning English, and also I want to grow my YouTube channel, and also I want to travel all around the world, and I want to get to know new people, new cultures. That's definitely my dream, yeah.
I really want an honorary doctorate degree because Ed Sheeran has one, and I feel like he looks down on me now because I don't have one.
How do you practice accents?
I find real life people on YouTube and then I just kind of mimic them.
Huh. What do you have planned for the rest of the day?
Having some friends over for brunch.
I'm gonna study English for like 2 hours, and then I'm gonna go outside, take a little walk and exercise, and then I'm gonna do shadowing, and then I'm gonna edit my videos for like 2 hours. What's the one thing that you would love to master?
I'd really like to be good at pool.
What's the one thing that I would love to master? I want to be better at making YouTube videos and creating YouTube videos, and also I want to keep improving my speaking skill, my English, as much as I possibly can. How did you start your day today?
I had a nice cup of tea and I went for a swim.
I watched The Office, I had a nice cup of tea and breakfast. I think the ability of having to ask good questions, guys, is so important when it comes to having good conversations, right? So you're gonna get those scripts, guys. You're gonna get those scripts, and every single day you're gonna practice with those scripts. Like, you're gonna ask questions and you're gonna answer those questions. You can replace those questions with your own questions, but you always study with those scripts. And while you're doing this practice, while you're practicing speaking, you always keep your computer off, okay? You don't get distracted by your computer. You don't get distracted by your phone. You are just with your own scripts. No PC, no phone, no distraction. You and your scripts. That's all you need, okay? Because work is gonna help you improve your asking question ability, okay? By studying with those scripts, asking those questions, going over those lines again and again, you're gonna see that you are able to ask questions in a very comfortable way, okay, without thinking. Like those questions like come out of your mouth and you're thinking in a very fast way. Basically, you get familiar with the structure of questions, okay? And the second thing, talk shows. Guys, talk shows are very important for two main reasons. The first thing is you can always find many questions in talk shows, because without question, you can have a good conversation.
I have so many things I want to ask you.
Okay.
But one is about your skunk situation. What's going on? I heard that you got...
Just straight to that one.
I want to get to know you. I want to ask you, you're from Cuba, is that correct?
Yeah.
And do you start acting there?
By studying with talk shows, I improve my storytelling skill, because in every single talk show, there's a story. You know, most of the time, fun stories.
Do they allow dogs at the hotel?
Aren't you supposed to let people talk on the show?
And in order to have a good conversation, you need to improve your storytelling skill. So basically, in order to improve my conversational skills and my storytelling skills and the ability of asking questions and my asking question skills, I always studied with talk shows. Last day I was watching Ana de Armas, for instance. Look at it, guys.
You're from Cuba, is that correct?
Yeah.
And do you start acting there?
I did. I went to drama school when I was 14. That was like 4 years of theater school.
I went to drama school when I was 14. That was like 4 years of theater. That is the conversational tone, guys. This is exactly what I'm talking about here. So there is a story time here. So by following her, by studying with those scripts, you learn the structure of storytelling. You learn how to tell a story, because you're going to be in this situation, right? You're going to talk about your life, you're going to talk about your education life, your date life, or your life in general. So those talk shows help you to improve your storytelling skill. Okay, for instance, guys, let me give you an example. Do you see that, guys? We know each other. So we know each other. You haven't been on the show, yes.
Know each other, you just haven't been on the show.
Yes.
Can you explain to people, because I'd rather hear your version.
I'd rather hear your version. I never heard your version of the story, but tell people how we know each other.
I've never heard your version of the story, but tell people how we know each other.
How we met. My husband's gonna kill me for telling this story, but it's my favorite story ever, and it's the story of how Ellen and I met.
For instance, by studying with those scripts, by repeating those lines, by going over those lines, I improve my storytelling skill. To make it clear, I just want to show you how I study. Okay, you just haven't been on the show. Yes, can you explain to people, because I'd rather hear your version. You haven't been on the show. Yes, can you explain to people, because I'd rather hear your version. I said these lines without looking at the text. That means I can keep going, okay? But let's say if I were to repeat those lines like this, you just haven't been on the show. Yes, can you explain to people, you just haven't been on... you go over again. You repeat it again. You just haven't been on the show. Yes. So can you explain to people, because I'd rather hear your version. Okay. Once you repeat those lines without a mistake, without struggling, we can move on to the next line.
Oh, I know. It was pure insanity. It's insanity. Ah, lunacy. It's pure lunacy.
So this is how I improve my storytelling skill and my question ability, my asking question skill, etc. The secret of having a good conversation is telling a good story. Even like, let's say tomorrow you go to university, you're gonna meet up with your friends, and you're like, you know, I was on the subway, that happened, something happened. I watched The Lord of the Rings and Rings Power last night, blah blah blah, etc. When you study with those scripts, those sources are so reliable, because you don't need to worry about like if you're making grammar mistakes or any kind of like mistake. Those are native speaker speech. You know, there is no way of making grammar mistakes or making any mistake. So basically, by studying with talk shows or Vogue questions with those scripts, you learn in a way, you know, without even realizing, you learn to speak in a way that native speakers speak. Okay, so naturally. And that happens without even realizing, okay? By following them, guys, you pick up the right grammar. You learn how to speak like a native speaker, okay? Yeah. So basically, that's all you can do in order to have a good conversation, in order to improve your conversational skills. And these are my methods, guys, that I apply to my life every single day. If you do those practices, if you study with talk shows, with work corrections, you can improve your conversational skill, you can advance your speaking skill. And if you haven't watched the video where I give you like a 6-month English study plan, and if you think that you're just a beginner, you want to improve your daily talk, you want to go from beginner to intermediate level, you can go watch this video, study with my 6-month English study plan, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.